Commander, if I could have a quick word with you.
Of course.
I'm encouraged to see the Federation supporting our people. I'm afraid of what might happen without your help.
I'm glad to hear it. I just hope you're not the only one who feels that way.
I apologize for that. These are unusual times, to say the least. Much is changing. I saw you speaking with the Illyrian. I'm sure they're painting themselves as the victims.
The Illyrians are under the impression the Hotari are somehow the cause of the ion storm.
Which I'm sure they attribute to our lack of experience or sheer inferiority. But we are as much the victims of this horrific storm as they are. For the first time in our history, the Hotari have the upper hand. We see ourselves as strong instead of downtrodden. New voices have risen up. Old voices shut down. Calvin and Sidron are the national heroes. Now they have the easier. Better or worse, depending on your perspective.
I get the sense you don't exactly trust them.
They're minors, not diplomats. I don't trust their instincts, which are leading us to war. My fear has been that the Illyrians will launch an attack and crush us. We've seen their starship, no doubt. They could have retaken mines whenever they wanted to, but it never happened. And as strange as it may sound, I almost think they're afraid. I just don't know what they're afraid of. It's still the same bluster and bravado you would expect from them. But it has no teeth. Like they're afraid of what might happen.
Do you think it has something to do with the ion storm? Right now it's stronger than ever, isn't it?
It's entirely possible. I'm not a scientist, but I do know the storm has knocked out all kinds of systems. So maybe the Lydians weren't willing to risk their ships signal the interference. Since the day of the revolt, Galvin has seized control of the mines and restricted all access. No one's allowed without his personal authorization. They've taken over a section of the palace with just as much secrecy and security. I'm told it could be something they brought back from the mines. I made inquiries, but everyone pretends it doesn't exist. Strongly suspect they're hiding something.
Are you sure of this?
It's been the talk of the palace since the day of the revolt.
How can you know?
I'd better see what's happening.
Do you think you can find out what they're hiding? I need to see proof of something before I can make my case to the Federation.
I can try, but even if I found it, I might not know what to make of it.
Take this. You can use it to capture whatever you find, and then send it to me.
Thank you. I will let you know what I find. And I look forward to meeting again.
Such rough terrain. No wonder the Hotari are so tough.
Where's the captain?
Well, that was a disaster.
What happened?
The Hotari refused to concede anything, so the Illyrians stormed out.
The
Otaro did not invite us here as peacekeepers. I hope your efforts are more fruitful than ours.
Gravitational harmonics failing to resolve. Warp bubble stability degrading. Increase output to maximum.
Increasing warp output to maximum.
It's happening again.
It is evident that presently the Resolute cannot achieve warp propulsion.
Since our diagnostics rule out any problems with our warp systems or anything about the ship, the problem appears to be the fabric of space itself.
Space itself? You're saying something about this region of space that's warp travel?
Advanced or advanced?
However improbable, that appears to be the case.
We need to know more.
The storm didn't stop us from leaving space dock and traveling here. But could it still be causing this interference with warp travel?
We must follow sound investigatory principles. Don't let an assumed conclusion drive your analysis.
Sometimes we need a little inspired thinking, Mr. Choa. Captain Solano was on his way back from the negotiations, and I want to have some answers for him when he gets here.
Indeed. Given facts at hand, we may be able to deploy subspace probes around the ship to construct a clear picture of the phenomenon.
Around the ship. I'll prep the shuttle.
Setting up a waypoint at a distance roughly corresponding to the XBX.
I'm guessing Westbrook. That's right. Forgot his name for a second. Fly forward, backwards.
The Resolute systems are calibrated to receive probe readings. You stand by to reproduce the warp field collapse after the first probe is deployed.
Thank you, Mr. Chobak. We'll be in position shortly.
And, Mr. Diaz, do take care in piloting the shuttlecraft. Now is not the time to indulge in the human penchant for joyriding.
Chobak probably is such a fun guy to work for.
I just don't take it personally. At least I try not to.
That's a very mature answer. Shows a positive attitude on your part. Reminding me of when I started complaining to you about the ship's new first officer. This is far enough. Transport your first probe into position. Westbrook here. First probe is deployed.
Understood. We are repeating it. You're about to replay the simulation.
against the storm surge. But on the other, she did listen to my advice and used the whole polarity trick to get you through that excursion alive. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing so. I'm sure she's a fine officer, even if we don't see eye to eye. But she didn't go through with the rest of us did. You know that. And it's hard to figure out why she'd be the one Solano chose instead of, well, one of us.
I've heard some good things. You should at least give her a chance.
I'll take that under advisement.
Test is running. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
Oh. All right, that is definitely a problem with the fabric of space. We need to get another probe out there. With the 2 points of data, the resolution probe, we've managed to get an interference pattern. I'm setting a waypoint for a particularly strong area of interference. We'll deploy the second probe there. Listen, I'm going to give you a piece of advice I wish someone would give me. Make sure you're never just one thing. Don't get so focused on what's in front of your face that you lose sight of the big picture. Before Ryan showed up, the captain pulled me in the ready room, told me he didn't think I had the people skills to be first officer. What a load of crap. I mean, you can set that about a shoulder. Sure.
Well, if you ask me, I think you're a big person. After all, here we are, me, an enlisted officer, you, one of the senior staff, talking like old buddies.
I should send Solano to talk to you.
Bring him on.
I'm sure you can handle him. You've got potential. You're a capable engineer. You're good in the field. Keep up the good work. Who knows? Solid jack of all departments like you could be commander-in-chief of Starfleet one day. Hell, Admiral Jellicoe started as a shuttle pilot. And there are places to go in the enlisted ranks, too.
You know, I'd be the best news Starfleet ever had. Lower decks always have to fix all the problems command causes. Maybe I just save everybody some steps.
Well, don't forget about us little people when you're running things.
Of course not. Gotta remember where we came from.
Here. This is close enough.
So I'm trying to steer and like make sure I don't hit shit, and I'm still expected to carry on a conversation.
Deploying probe. Westbrook to Commander Chobot. We're ready for another sampling of data.
Very good. Running the simulation again. Warp field collapse in 3, 2, 1, mark.
There it is again.
I saw it. Seems to be directional.
But what about the scans? Anything?
Here's the readings in relation to our local space. We've got the Resolute, Atari Prime, and the Probes.
All this interference is overloading the sensor buffers. We're gonna have to triangulate the sensors manually. Got something.
These markers indicate peaks in gravimetric interference patterns.
Let's see if I can find some more. Hold up. This is coming from the moon.
A beam that blocks warp travel.
Aimed right at us.
Someone is doing this intentionally. I don't know how they're doing it. This is like nothing I've ever seen.
Why would they be doing this? We came here to help these people. And now we're getting hit by some warp-killing weapon?
Now, look here. The current readings of the ion storm.
These concentrations. They line up with the interference pattern. The storm. And this beam. They're coming from the same place.
Carter, whatever petty local conflict brought us here, it's just a small part of something much bigger.
Okay, let's see if we understand. So the because I don't remember the names of the alien species. The moon was in the space of the primitive race. The more advanced race helps them develop the tools and give them the tools to mine the thing. Everyone shares the profit. Everyone's happy. The primitive miners found something and decided to seize the moon. And it's something that's being able to generate this storm.
Presently, we don't have an explanation for how they're doing this. One thing is clear. This is no fluke.
Thank you, Mr. Westbrook. I want a full briefing when I'm back on board. Salam.
A targeted weapon that inhibits warp travel. Coming from the moon tower.
That would explain the difficulties my shuttle encountered. More importantly, the tenor of the talk during the negotiations.
Here I thought the Illidians was really the problem. The peace talks and warship.
This wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
For all their posturing, every indication is that the Illidians are afraid of the Hatari. They didn't bring their warship as a threat. They brought it because they're scared.
From everything we witnessed, I would say that is highly likely.
But what are they afraid of?
Tylis, the Hatari representative, said she thought they found something in the mines. Galvin and Sidron brought it back to the palace, but they're keeping it under tight security. She's going to investigate it. I gave her my tricorder. I expect she'll contact us soon.
You found an ally.
Why would Tyler help us? Go behind your people's back? It's a fair question, considering.
She's worried that her people are being dragged into something that isn't going to end well for them. She's trying to save them.
That may be true.
She's certainly more likely to help than the other Hatari we've met.
That raises another question. Specifically, what do the other Hotar have to gain in bringing us here, only to make this hostile maneuver against us? There must be some motivation.
Unless they changed their minds between when they asked and when we got here.
Sidron was very curious when we spoke outside the Queen's chamber. He wanted to know all about us, our ship, the Federation. He wasn't giving any answers. He was looking for them.
Well, I'm sure you didn't tell him too much. I don't think the Illidians know what's really down on that moon either.
Major Armentis said the revolt defied explanation. That the Hatari miners somehow harnessed the energy of the storm.
Harness the energy of the storm.
Doing that is not even our capabilities.
So is a weapon that disrupts warp travel.
There have been civilizations and entities, both past and present, far more technologically advanced than the Federation.
Illidians and Hotari don't fall into that category.
But that is all the more reason to investigate further.
Commander Rydak, sorry to interrupt. I've received an urgent call from Atari. Queen's advisor Tylis is to speak with you.
Put her through.
It's only for a moment. I so appreciate your help.
Got it. Titus, if we needed to gain access to the mines on Tau, is this something you could help us with?
I suppose. I have to go.
Titus,
Can we reconnect?
Sorry, Captain. We've lost all contact.
We can only hope she escaped without harm.
It's hard to tell.
we have to help her. Send another shuttle.
We're not doing anything until we know more. Let's see the scan of whatever the hell that was.
Tyler suspects this came from the mines on Tau.
It appears to be of ancient origin, but the markings are unfamiliar.
We can run a full analysis when we get back to Resurgence. But this came from mines. It might be the key to how they got the upper hand against the Libyans.
Then we have to go into the mines.
The Federation will not allow it. We're, after all, simply to be a neutral party in a peace negotiation. However, we could demonstrate that the Voltari have acted in bad faith, which would enable us to investigate the mines on Tau with full justification. Of course, we would need conclusive proof before taking action. Otherwise, it could put us in a difficult position.
Whatever this artifact is may be proof enough, at least to satisfy the Federation.
Especially if we can show the Voltari controlling the warp disruption and targeting the Resurgence.
We may have a better understanding once we analyze this device. But a mission to the mines, covert or otherwise, is not out of the question. And I will handle the Federation.
As I was telling Carter, I want all the data I can get on this warp problem. And the negotiating team's shuttle has been recording data all the way back from Voltari. Even better than ours. So pull the sensor and engine axles from the mill when it sets down.
Will do.
I'll join you in Chobot down in engineering to run another analysis after briefing.
I didn't like this warp problem when we thought it was some astronomical anomaly. But like a hell of a lot less now that we know someone was doing it to us. How does it work? What do we do about it?
See before these chips and find out.
All right.
Damage on the way.
I need to wrap this up. But I'm intrigued. I really want to keep playing. But I do have to get up in the morning.
Let's try pulling together.
All right.
Cool. It's an interesting story. It's not quite as free mode as I would have liked for this type of game. It reminds me more, like I saw a lot of people just saying, oh yeah, it's a great RPG. And I mean it is, but it's not what I expect when I say RPG, you know. But I still like it because it is similar to the game. The game I would compare it to, which I am a fan of, is it seems a lot more like the Telltale or the Life is Strange type games and so forth. And I still enjoy those a lot. So this is definitely right up my alley for sure. I am enjoying it. But like there's part of me that still wants like an actual Star Trek RPG. and not like online MMO style like Star Trek Online, but somewhere in between that, right? Somewhere between like an actual like more of a single player RPG Star Trek game, similar to the mechanics of Star Trek Online, I guess, where you can just kind of free roam and stuff like that. The problem is that it doesn't fall within the lines of Star Trek, right? Because, like, again, you're part of a hierarchy and taking orders and whatever else. You can't just, like, do what you want when you want, you know? But anyways, yeah, I'm going to wrap this up. I enjoyed this. It was fun. So thanks for watching. Scan the QR code that comes up at the end. It's got all the stuff to all my wonderful things, including my Discord, to find out when I go live and stuff like that. Have a good one. I will talk at you guys later. Bye for now.